to talk about this recent eBay annoyance I had, and I couldn't think of a way to have some sort of thing to look at. So this is me, and this is my sister, and this is Nick. This is a recent video I did last week with my sister at her shop. I'm sorry if you're wanting to hear what's being discussed on that video, but you can go and watch the replay on her channel, which is Fifi's Fancy Furniture. And she has a lovely vintage furniture shop in Wootton-under-Edge, which is on the edge of the Cotswolds. And every Friday morning, I go up there and we do a live YouTube together and help promote her shop. And it has been difficult on the high street. It's going to be so annoying watching her talking and thinking, what's she saying? What's she saying? Yes, it has been very difficult on the high street, so we're doing everything we can. And one of the things I've been doing is to start an eBay account for my sister. So we started this from scratch. Oops, changing the film around now. And that was my project, to learn how to do eBay so that I could help my sister to sell items on eBay as another income stream when things perhaps haven't sold in the shop, or just testing it out really. So I was learning as an eBay reseller from scratch, literally never done anything like that before. So I think we signed up to her eBay account in February and of 2023, and it's been a learning curve. Most of her items are large, so we've put them on there for collection only from Wootton-under-Edge. And there are more smaller items which I'm now listing to be posted, but only when it's something that I can post for her, because Fifi's a one-man band, a sole trader, and she doesn't have the resources to package things and send things. So I'm doing that to help her out. So I select the postage option when it is possible for me to post, and I select collection only. So the annoyance was when a customer, a buyer, selected an item that was listed with collection only, but without asking me first before purchasing the object, paid for it, and then sent me a message to say, can you post this to me, please? I need it by Thursday. Well, it was an item that was listed as for collection only, and it wasn't something that I could have managed to get there by Thursday. Not even to mention the fact that because it was listed as free for collection only, there was no postage allowance made on the item, which meant that I would have to have funded the postage out of my own pocket or Fifi's pocket, which was wrong. So I messaged back and said, I'm sorry, this is listed as collection only. Would you like to collect it, or would you like me to cancel your order? So I think that was the first day. I left it for a while, didn't hear anything back, messaged again the next day and said the same thing again, prompting them to answer. There was no answer, so I thought, well, they're obviously not that bothered. So then on the third day, I thought, well, they've had plenty of time. So I tried to do the cancellation, but there were three options on the eBay for me to use as a reason for the cancellation. And the only one that I could choose that seemed appropriate was that the buyer had chosen to cancel. Well, that wasn't strictly true because I hadn't had a reply from the buyer. So I did another message saying that I was going to use that option and that I was going to start processing the cancellation. This was on the third day. Didn't hear anything back at all, so I started processing that cancellation. So then the second aspect of the annoyance, oh look, there's Paddy. The annoyance started for me in that the cancellation couldn't be processed. which meant that I had to go to the shop to be with Fifi so that we could figure out why this refund wouldn't go through. In retrospect, I would have been better off doing a refund, but anyway, lack of experience, I chose to do a cancellation, which would have automatically meant a refund. So we tried with her normal payment method, and it kept saying this cancellation could not be processed because your card could not be verified. But it was verified on the bank side, and then we tried it with a different card, and it was verified on the bank side, but it wasn't going through to eBay. So the third day, I went back and I tried again. This time, instead of just using the phone, I opened up the browser on the computer, which gives you way more, tabs to open and things to look at. So I managed to get hold of eBay. They were very good. They phoned back within, 2 minutes, really. The first time I explained the whole saga, and the person said, I'm just going to put you on hold, and cut off the phone call. So I had to call back again, and then the person, I said, please, if you get cut off, please will you call me back? And they said yes. So we tried to do the cancellation again, and it didn't work again. And so she talked to her supervisor, and we realised that the card address was the problem, and that the card had been put in with the shop address instead of the home address, which clearly was our fault. So we updated that, and then luckily at the end of this saga, the cancellation went through, and I was able to go back to the message the buyer to tell them that, by which time they'd answered my 3 previous message, ignored what I said, and said, please will you send it again, as if they were almost like a robot who wasn't even reading my messages. So I just messaged to say that I do all my listings taking into consideration the staffing and the packaging per item, whether I can post it or whether it needs to be collected, and that's how I make my decision. And in this case, this item was for collection only. So I left it like that. I didn't want to say to them, although I was bursting to say to them, you could have asked me before you paid and decided yourself that I was going to post it, but you don't run my business, I run it, and I'm sorry you didn't inquire first. So it wasn't their fault that the refund took so long and was so annoying, but it made the whole process annoying, and it made it feel like trying to start out on eBay when you're not experienced isn't always straightforward, and is sometimes problematic. So I just wondered if anybody else had had that experience. And the other thing that flagged up for me was that the buyer, in the sold section, when I got the notification from eBay, it said that the buyer had selected postage. So I said to the eBay helpline, why could they select postage if it was only on there as collection only? And the eBay advisor didn't know how that could possibly be. So I've gone through all the listings, and I've made perfectly clear that it's collection only on those items, and just have to hope that doesn't happen again. But so annoying, and all part of the rich pattern of learning how to use eBay. So there we are. That was my long saga, my eBay saga, and just wanted to get it off my chest, really, because I watch a lot of lovely girls on YouTube who do their eBay blogs, and I watch them avidly all the time to try and learn and pick up top tips. So if anybody's got any light they could throw on that collection only, I'd be most grateful. So hope you enjoyed watching my sister while I talked. Sorry if it was annoying. It's on my live tab anyway, so probably won't ever get viewed, but I'm just going to leave that there, and thank you for watching, and see you again. Bye for now.